Greetings and salutations, and welcome to World Anvil's Digital Storytellers Screen, or Dungeon Master Screen if you prefer. Like a physical GM screen, this interface has all the information you'll need at your fingertips, but completely tailored to your homebrew world. Here you'll have access to your plots and campaign notes, to articles and audio tracks, handouts for your players, NPCs, and even dice to roll. In terms of character sheets, we have Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, Pathfinder, Starfinder, Numenera,
Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition, DC Heroes, Fate, and Fate Accelerated, Genesis, Earthdawn, Legend of the Five Rings, Quest, Star Wars the RPG, and Star Wars 5th edition, Tales from the Loop, The Strange, The Cypher RPG, Coriolis RPG, The Chronicles of Darkness, World of Darkness 5th edition.
So much darkness. And we have coming soon the Star Trek Adventures, Star Trek, Dishonored, Conan, Pathfinder 2, Infinity, Savage Worlds, Call of Cthulhu. They're all in the workshop right now and they're being made as we speak. So if you're playing any of those systems, or even if you're playing something else, World Anvil's Digital Storytellers Screen has everything you'll need for your session. And in this quick guide, I'm going to get you started with the DSTS, the Digital Storytellers Screen. If you haven't yet created a campaign on World Anvil, you'll need to do that before you can access the Digital Storytellers Screen. I'll call it the DSTS from now on because it's less of a mouthful. Create a campaign in the Campaigns interface. You can find that here on the left-hand menu bar. And there's a quick guide video for that too, linked at the top and in the description. Once your campaign is created, you can reach the DSTS from this button at the top of your campaign interface, or by starting or resuming a session. The session won't end if you close the tab, so you can always resume from where you left off by opening it up again. As we jump in, it's worth mentioning that the DSTS contains a lot of different tools which are very useful for running a session. Remember though, that every game master is different. You won't necessarily need all of these tools. I suggest that you have a play with them all and use the ones that are useful for you. This is the Digital Storytellers Screen interface. Here on the left is the static sidebar, which remains available to you in any tab of the DSTS. Here at the top are the different tabs you can access, taking you to different useful tools that you'll need during your session. Let's start by unpacking this static sidebar, which helps you navigate quickly and makes the most used functions available everywhere. You can expand or collapse the sidebar by clicking the hamburger icon here. This is my session name. Click the cog beside the session name to jump away from the DSTS to the Sessions tab of the campaign interface. Control-click will open this in a second tab. If you already have a session started, you'll see the red End Session button here. If you don't yet have a session active, you'll see the option to select which session you want to prepare here. All upcoming sessions you've created in the campaign interface will be available to you. Click Prepare Session to select which session you'd like. Then click Start Session when you're ready to start your session. At any point during this process, you'll be able to set up your audio and media collection, your library, your notebook, and anything else you want to prepare. This is the name of my campaign. By clicking, a drop-down menu will appear with quick navigation options away from the DSTS to the Campaign Dashboard tab, the Campaign Sessions tab, the Full Parties tab, the Campaign Settings tab, the public page of the campaign, or the Create interface of the world your campaign is set in. When you click Create New NPC, you'll be taken to the full NPC creation form in the campaign interface. But there's also a faster way to create NPCs during a session, which takes about 5 seconds, and I'll show you that in just a moment. This is the party name. Click to expand and collapse the PC's portraits. View Party opens the party information inside the DSTS. You can see each member of the party with their resources tracker. Scrolling down, you can also view and update party quests and party equipment here, or edit the party. Remember, if you're editing, to use Control-click to open in a new tab so you don't get taken away from the DSTS. If you want more details on a player character, to see their sheet or to roll for them, you can click on their character portrait either in the static sidebar or in View Party interface. Click any of the rollable stats and the result will appear on the top right of the screen and on the live dice log. Beneath the party on the static sidebar is the NPCs list button. Any NPCs you've added to your campaign can be viewed here in the NPCs interface. And if you've attached a sheet, that'll appear here too and be rollable. During the session, you can use this quick NPC creation form to add a new NPC in 5 seconds, depending on how fast you type. Once you've created them, they'll appear in the list up here, and once the session is over, you can add more to them in the NPCs tab of the campaign interface. This is excellent for those times when the players ask, "What's the name of this random NPC?" and you have to come up with something really quickly. Keep a note here and you'll never forget it again. You can edit an NPC, or go to the full NPC management tab on the campaign's interface from this screen too. Again, remember to use Control-click to open in a new tab. So that covers the static sidebar. Let's go through what else you can do. Up at the top, you can see the different tabs available. Home, where you can roll dice, make notes and more. Notes, which is your notebook accessible within the DSTS. The library, where you can access your articles and the SRD quickly. Media, to share images with your players and create a track library for your session. Story, where you can access your plots and encounters. And Open, which gives quick access to a host of other useful bits and bobs. But let's start with a quick anatomy of the Home tab. You can make session notes for yourself here to keep track of what happens as it happens. Toggle between public, so the whole party can see them, or private, so only you can. You'll be able to see these notes later when you edit your session via the campaign interface. If your players are in World Anvil, they'll also be able to make notes which will appear in this stream if they've shared them publicly. Use Refresh Stream to see if they've left you any notes. This is a great way to check that they've got the details right, and also see what they're paying attention to, and what they're ignoring. On the right here is the dice roller. Dice rolls appear on the top right for a limited time until they fade, but if you mouse over them, they'll remain in place. Dice rolls are also viewable in the dice log, right here. We'll be introducing secret dice rolls soon too. Click any of the polyhedral dice to do a normal dice roll. Or type in the roll you want with your modifiers and click the Roll Dice button. For example, 1d20 plus 3 rolls a d20 and adds 3 to the result. The dice roller is also capable of advanced functions, like removing the lowest or highest result from a pool, as well as managing exploding, compounding, or penetrating dice, and you can roll dice pools too. For more on these extended dice roller commands, check out the Codex article, linked in the description. Next is the Notes tab. If you're a guild member, you'll have access to the World Anvil notebook, and you'll be able to access it within the DSTS here. It's another great way to keep track of session notes, session plans, campaign ideas, and the like. By the way, the notebook is also mobile friendly, so if you tend to plan on the go a lot, it's a great place to store and organize your ideas. Click the hamburger here to open and close your notebooks. You can add sections within a notebook here, and add pages here. Click the cog to manage your notebook and reorder your sections. This is the Library tab. Here you'll have access to all your articles and the complete SRD, all at your fingertips. Type in the search bar to get started. Selecting an item, either an article or a block, from the drop-down list will show it here. If you have stat blocks in your articles, you can roll those from inside the library, and the results will appear on the dice log. Plot articles, including encounters, homebrew spells, and the like, are great things to have on hand. If you have sound or video embedded in your articles, that will play from this interface too. You can add articles and blocks to your library with this button, so they remain saved here in the library for next time, and you can access them quickly. To remove them from your library, select them so they open up, and click this button. By clicking the Show to Players button, you'll send the article or block to the player's handout screen, so they'll be able to see it too. That's a great way to give them a new spell, item, or familiar, show a new NPC, or share a riddle they have to solve. You can use this button here to clear the player's handout screen. By the way, even if your players are not on World Anvil, you can still use the player's handout screen. I'll show you how in a minute. If you need to make changes during a session, you can also open an article here at the bottom, or view it by clicking Open in World. Both buttons will open in a new tab automatically. Under the Media tab, you can go to your image gallery and your audio-video collection. In the image gallery, you'll see all the images you've uploaded for the campaign. Beneath those, you can drag in or upload new images. They'll upload here automatically. This button sends the image to the player's handout screen. You can also edit an image, which opens the image in the Images and Files interface in a new tab. Or delete the image by clicking the red button. That will remove it from your campaign. In the audio-video collection, you can add YouTube, Spotify, or SoundCloud media. This allows you to organize all the backing music for your game and have it all in one place and ready to play. Add a descriptive title like Tavern Music or Battle Music so you can find your media quickly. Then add the URL and click Add Media button. It's really that simple. All your media appears here on the right-hand side. You'll need to leave this screen open for the music to play. Just open it up in a secondary tab or in a second minimized window, and you'll have all the background music you need at your fingertips. This is one of the features which we'll be upgrading in the next round of DSTS improvements, so that's definitely something to keep your eyes out for. Over in the Story tab, you can choose Plot or Encounters. Under the Plot interface, you can see all the plots you've added to your campaign here. This allows you to click between the master plan and your session plans. If you have stat blocks or roll buttons embedded in your session plan articles, you'll be able to roll these as normal with a single click. You can manage which plots are attached to your campaign here. Control-click to open in a new tab. Our encounter system will be part of the next update of the DSTS, scheduled for later this year. In the meantime, you can use session plans made in plot articles to detail your encounters, embed stat blocks and music, and add roll tables for treasure and loot. From the Open tab, you can reach the Handout live screen for your players, the campaign's public interface, and the session settings. This is the Handout live screen. When your session is live, this page is available to anyone you share the URL with, and it shows the dice roller, the state of the party, and the handout screen, including any articles, images, and stat blocks you've shared. Viewers also have access to the characters' profiles from here on the left sidebar. This is perfect if your players don't use World Anvil or if you want to share the live screen with an audience, for example. You can also project this on another screen or window to show the state of play. Selecting Campaign Public Page from the Open option automatically navigates you to the public page of your campaign. Here, your players and anyone else with access can view the primer of lore you've shared, the supporting cast of NPCs, any maps or timelines you've attached to the campaign, and the list of past sessions. If you're streaming your campaign, this is a great place to keep all of your information together for your fans. Selecting Session Settings from the Open tab directly opens the Settings tab of the main campaign management interface. We've already discussed the library, but it's worth noting that the search bar is always available from any tab of the DSTS. Selecting an item from the search bar will take you directly to the library tab and show it there, so you can literally access your stuff from anywhere. Woof, I wasn't kidding when I said that there are a lot of tools in the DSTS. I'd love to hear which ones you're using or what you're looking forward to using, and what improvements you'd like to see. We will be updating the system soon, and we're always trying to improve World Anvil for you guys, so throw your suggestions in the comments. If you're looking for more help, check out our documentation, the World Anvil Codex, at worldanvil.com/codex. I've linked the subscribers and co-authors articles in the description of this video too, so you can learn to hide secret things from your players and have your players help you build your world. Or, if you have questions, join our Discord server, worldanvil.com/Discord, and ask your questions on our help channel. It is the nicest place on the internet. And make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/worldanvil, where you can find more World Anvil tutorials, tips and tricks, and inspiring world building content. Now grab your hammer and go world build. Hurrah, I'm done. Mwah. Mwah. Inspiring world building content. Because everybody loves dice. Dice, 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 dice. Yay!